Hey guys, Tails86 here with Weekly Review. Today we're going to be reviewing Sonic and Knuckles that came out for the Sega Genesis back in October of 1994. Now, we're going to talk about this title as best we can and go ahead and show off a little bit of gameplay of everything, as well as show the lock-on technology feature that Sega added for this game when it first came out. Now, we're going to be playing on the Wii version, and I'm using the Classic Controller Pro for anyone who's wondering. But this was the direct sequel from Sonic and the Hedgehog 3. Now, sadly though, if you had this game, you already know right off the bat that you can't play Tails, so I'm a little sad about that. But then again, that's Sega's choice. So anyway, going off topic. Basically, the story goes on as Dr. Robotnik has lost to Sonic the first time in Sonic 3, and it kind of basically it just shows the ending scene of Sonic 3 that Robotnik's Death Egg lands in a volcano crater on Angel Island, where Knuckles resides and where the Master Emerald and the Super. And I didn't mean to do that. But anyway, Sonic goes after him, knowing that he's trying to go ahead and bring the Death Egg back to 100%, so he's going to go there and stop him again. Now though, you'll find a lot of different enemies in this Sonic game than you did in Sonic 3, as well as a couple other different sprite animations, and as well as a couple other new abilities, as well as being able to play, again, as I said, as Knuckles. Now, the only other couple things that is different between Sonic and Knuckles is, of course, Sonic has his speed, Knuckles has his power. Where Sonic can't go real good with speed, Knuckles beats him in power, of course. Now, though, Knuckles has different abilities. He has it so he can glide across stages, not for real long, but he can glide within short bursts. He can also break through walls because of his knuckles. I mean, his knuckles are like really, really hard and everything. So, yes, Space, if you're listening to that, I know you're laughing at that. Anyway, going off topic. Basically, Knuckles has different types of abilities, though. He can go through walls and break them into pieces just from touching them. He can go ahead and climb on walls as well with his knuckles to get to higher places. And as well as a couple other different abilities that you'll see later in the game. Now there's 8 stages, including an 8th one where you can only play as Supersonic if you unlock all the emeralds in the special stages and stuff. Now there are 2 special stages in each game. There is one special stage where it's like the casino, like in Sonic 2 and Sonic 3. Another one is like a gravity pulling game, where basically you have to go around these big old spears, and you have to propel yourself up to the top of the stage without getting a little laser running right into Sonic. So, I think between both of those stages, I actually like the first one with the casino. It just is as awesome as ever. Now, there is a lock-on feature with this, and I'm going to try to show it off as well, and I'm going to show off a little cheat code. If you stand on those on the elevators, and if you press left 3 times, right 3 times, and up 3 times, you will be able to unlock the cheat menu, where you can listen to like all the music and everything. You can go to certain special stages, as well as going to most of these stages right here. You can go as Sonic or Knuckles. It's either your choice. The one stage that always got on my nerves was Sandopolis in the temple, because I always those ghosts all the time always used to get me, and that's one stage I didn't like. Every other stage was just as awesome as ever. But we're going to go ahead and go to Mushroom Hill. As you guys can see, though, you can go to like different stages and stuff just by holding the Y button if you're using the Classic Controller Pro, or you're using the GameCube controller. I believe it's the B button. Not 100% sure on that, but now you also have a lock-on feature, which is basically when you press on the select button, You can choose different titles that you own. So like say if you wanted to do the Sonic the Hedgehog one, you can't actually do that one, but that's one of the vintage type things that they added with the lock-on feature. If you have the original Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, or Sonic the Hedgehog 3, you can use Knuckles in Sonic 2 and 3, but you cannot use him in the original Sonic the Hedgehog, because then again, not even Tails was there. So they went ahead and decided to throw in the official "No way" sign, which is still as epic as ever. But if you want to, you can play as Knuckles though in Sonic 2, as you see right there. So I really like that they added on the lock-on feature. It's really awesome though. And as you can see, you can make Knuckles glide across the stage and everything. And as I said before, he can climb up walls and stuff using his knuckles. Because after all, his knuckles have like spikes and stuff in them. But he's still one of those really awesome characters. If you ever grew up playing Sonic like I did back in the younger years, you'd understand how much nostalgia this game has, as well as any of the older Sonic games. It's just a pity though that all the Sonic games now, all 3D Sonic games, have been not anywhere near as good as their original titles. Which I really hope that the Sonic 4 game, Sonic the Hedgehog 4, that comes out whenever that does come out and stops being delayed, I hope that it's going to be just as epic as Sonic 3 or even any of the other Sonics. I'm hoping it's even as epic as those. At least I'm hoping it is. But this game is one of the most nostalgic games I played when I was a kid, when I still had my Genesis. Sadly, I don't have it anymore. It died a long time ago. Maybe I wouldn't mind one day maybe picking it up and trying to play the old cartridge game of this. But it's still awesome if you have it on the Wii, or if you have it on Xbox, Arcade, or even on the PSN if you have a PS3. But this game is nostalgic for reasons, because it's Sonic. I mean, how can you get any more retro than Sonic? Sonic was one of the best characters in my opinion other than Mario. And he still is to this day, even though Sega makes horrible games of him. I just wish that they would learn from their mistakes and instead of trying something different, why not just go back to the original Sonic games like how they did before with the original Sonic team. But then again, what can you do? This title gets a 9 out of 10 for being a really cool port to the Virtual Console, and that's really all I can really tell y'all. I mean, it's one of those types of games that you have to play it first to be able to understand how epic it is. Because, I mean, you think about it, this is beautiful actually from back in the day. When you didn't have the Wii, any kind of special graphics or anything like that, 16-bit was the way to go. I mean, this was one of the most revolutionary games, in my opinion, that ever came out for the Sega Genesis, as well as lots of other titles that Sega made. But in my opinion, I still like the Sonic games more than ever, especially on how old I am right now, because I can still show these off to my kids one day if I ever have a kid and everything. But anyway, guys, going off topic, like I said again, this title is getting a 9 out of 10 for being a great port to a great system, and I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed the review. Guys, take care. Later.